Hello, I'm Robert Wolf.
And I'm Gabriel Peterson.
And we're live at GDC 2023. So that particular splash screen was custom made for GDC 2023. Hello again, my name is Robert Wolf.
And again, I'm Gabriel Peterson.
And we are here with the Special Brew Innovation Coffee. You may have noticed that this is not our usual broadcasting time, nor our usual broadcasting place. We're here with the Armbots. We have Surge. Actually, you don't know the names yet. We'll be releasing those at some point. But anyways, live at GDC, we have a very, very awesome episode planned for you. In fact, we are in San Francisco at the Moscone Center. And as you may have noticed, again, we're not at our usual setting. So this is not a regular thing. We have a special brew. We have 5 live streams coming to you. I kind of want to lay out the plan here and what we're going to be doing for the next 3 days at GDC. So we have a pre-game today.
Yes.
Wrap up later today. We'll be doing the same thing tomorrow. So we have a pregame and a wrap up. And then the last day, Friday, we'll be doing a closing ceremony. So it should be a lot of fun. We're going to be covering a lot of stuff. We will be talking about all the talks that are going to be had here. We have ARM presenters. We have demos all around this booth. In just a moment, I'm going to pull out my phone. We're going to do a walk around. There's lots of cool stuff happening. We're going to talk with Dale, who is one of the people here at ARM that helped get this going with his team. And we have some fun facts, some interesting things that Gabe and I want to talk about with regard to highlights here at the GDC and some notes regarding the ARM talks that will be happening. So Gabe, why don't we start off first of all with what is the Game Developers Conference? Tell us like a high level, why are we here? What are we doing?
Well, this is a special event for gaming professionals, insiders, anyone who wants to network, improve their skills, learn what's up and coming in the industry. And so there are just a ton of events that you can go to grow your skills and grow your career by coming to this event. There are sessions, there are workshops, there are roundtable discussions. It covers everything from art to programming to tech to marketing, everything in between. This is it's just a hall filled with some extremely talented and passionate individuals.
Yeah, and I think one of the coolest things about this, right? Like when we walked into this expo center, now the event started on Monday, keynotes, other talks, workshops, and stuff like that. But this expo hall is enormous. You might get a sight of it when I'm walking around this booth in just a moment. But before we do that, Gabe, thank you so much for the intro into GDC. Would you mind stepping out for a minute? We're going to bring Dale in
right back. He's not kicking me out permanently.
Yeah, no, I'm kicking him out permanently. Get out of here. All right, Dale, come on in. You have your mic unmuted? Let's get you unmuted there. Oh, all right.
Good.
Cool. All good. Dale. So, hello. Yeah. Live right there, the camera. Welcome to GDC. You obviously already know what this place is, but we want to know, why is ARM here? What's ARM doing at GDC?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for that. So we're here today to really talk about the tools we've got available to developers to develop their better games faster on ARM. So we're talking about more immersive, more energy efficient games on ARM. And it's all about making sure that they can do that and get to market far quicker with ARM. So it's getting those tools out there, making sure their lives are easier.
I know that you and your team put together some amazing demos around this area here. So, I look forward to seeing those tools, looking forward to seeing what they built with the ARM tools.
You're going to run through that in a second, right? Aren't you?
We will. Yeah, we're going to run through all that. We're also going to be building some videos on that later. We'll touch on that in just a moment. But Dale, let's go call to action for developers. Like for the developers out there watching either live right now or on demand later, tell them what they might find.
It's almost like a prequel to action. So what Robert's about to take you around and show you, if you like that, sign up to the developer program and you're going to get so much more. It's like that times 10.
They actually gave me a QR to scan that. Let's see if I can get it to focus here. Is it focusing? I'll try again later. We'll get it going up there.
Yeah.
Either way, arm.com/developer program. Dale, gosh, thank you so much for joining us.
See you later.
Take care. Go. All right. So what do we have up for you next? There's Gabe. All right, cool. So up next, actually, I did want to address the timeline info. So basically, what are we going to be doing, or what is GDC and how long have they been doing this? So let's look, first of all, a little bit of a fun fact about GDC. Gabe, did you know that GDC started in 1988?
I did, but that's because I was with you when you were doing your notes.
I was going through the website, and it turns out that they have this little history of GDC, and if you go check it out, it's pretty cool. So GDC started in 1988, meaning it's been going for 35 years. They actually had their 30th anniversary, I think, special edition GDC was about 5 years ago, 2018 or 2019. This first GDC was actually held in the living room of one of the developers. There were 25 developers in attendance, and it primarily focused on computer games. Now, since then, fast forward 35 years later, I mean, you have a plethora of technologies and things that are happening in this world around games. So you have, let's just read off this list here. Diversity of stuff, considering consoles, mobile and handheld type games, tablets, web-based games, computer games, of course, and I think Gabe's favorite, VR and AR. So,
Oh, yeah, it's up there. Sure, it's up there.
I was surprised when we walked up to this ARM booth and look around. It's like our two favorite things: Web3, blockchain, decentralization, of course, ARM, and you like VR AR
And Unity, and we walked right by their booth. We're right next to the Godot booth. There's a couple of mocap booths like literally bordering us. It's a very cool place.
So on that note, right? I mean, basically, as you start to think about this, from 25 developers in 1988 to 27,000 attendees here in 2023, there is a lot of stuff going on. I can't say that all of them are developers, but I'm sure a large portion of them are.
A lot of them are just passionate about video games and the industry and the tech and where it's going. I mean, it's hard not to look at VR stuff and just be impressed. Again, personal interest, but carry on.
No, that's all right. So, Gabe, I actually wanted to go into personal interests, but before we do that, should I do a loop around real quick?
You should definitely do a loop around. This may be a little janky, but we're gonna switch it over.
All right, let's do. Mute this. We're gonna mute there. Can you all hear me? Is it good? Can you hear me through here? Let's make sure the sound. So you can kind of see, like, look, this is our setup here. Hey, Gabe, say hi. Hey. A community to build the future, your future on ARM. So here we have kind of like the inside of the booth. We have a nice little video of the ARM developer program snapshot going on. That basically got 1.2 million views on YouTube. Here is the roundabout of the ARM booth. So you can kind of see one of the demo stations here. This is the Tune-Up Bay 4. This addresses ray tracing. We're going to take you around the booth a little more. Looking up here, let's just step back a little bit. ARM booth. Right here, Tune-Up Bay 2. Free tools to build on ARM. Nice little concierge desk with Stacy. Next one, build epic battles with ML on ARM. Again, we're going to be doing videos. We'll be building videos, doing some post-production content on this later. And so you'll get a chance to meet the people who build these videos, the people showcasing this stuff, and get a closer look at all of these things later on. Right here, supercharging your game with vibrant graphics. It's another demo, so you can see there's some little ways to come play with some stuff here. Just get more familiar with the tools that are being used to build your games better, faster on ARM. Now, I'm back here, hopefully not knock down any of these lights. Hello, little bot friend. All right. So bring this down. Oh, we turned this off. All right. That's it.
All right, so we should be back in audio. I apologize. It is hard to gauge the audio from here. It seemed like it was drowning him out a little bit when he was out there. I'm hoping that it sounded better. Like I could still make out what you were saying, but I had to max up my volume. There's a lot of competing noise right now.
Gabe was in charge of the audio. It's one job. One job, write cards and do the audio.
Okay. The phone was the last minute addition. I take no responsibility.
All right, Gabe. Okay, so back to the topics at hand. Lots of stuff happening at GDC. We talked about all the different types of developers who are here, but we, of course, have some interests that maybe differ. And so I wanted to talk about some of the things that you are interested in experiencing while you're here at GDC.
Well, personally, I'm a big hobbyist game developer, and Unity is my engine of choice. So Unity, of course, they have their booth over here. They have a number of talks throughout the event. Everything from they have a large roundtable going on about trends in the gaming industry. They're bring a bunch of experts. They have various talks on like multiplayer and just how to build better games. And so I'm excited for those. We're a big user of Discord. Discord has a talk going on about. I don't know if they have a booth, but they do have a talk on building on their platform. And that's always something that I thought would be fun to tinker with in our own developer community.
Well, yeah, it's interesting actually because this kind of leads a little bit into my topic because I'm a huge fan of, I mean, you've maybe heard me talk about it on other coffees, but, decentralization. Web3, right? And I know, unfortunately, the Web3 space is flooded with bad players, but there's some people doing some pretty good stuff out there, and Discord is one of them. Discord now implementing the ability to utilize NFTs within their platform. Now, it's still a very fresh thing. I haven't had the chance to experience it, but this enables people to build what they call NFT-gated platforms. So the ability to possess a particular digital asset and then utilize that digital asset, the function being access to a chat room or a chat server. And then you could then pass this digital asset over to someone else and grant them access to this chat room. So if the chat room gains prestige, maybe that digital asset becomes worth more. Who knows? That NFT then grows in value and or, just a different way of presenting ownership over a access of something, right? So, did you want to say anything else you're interested in? Because I got a couple more myself.
Well, and I already touched on it earlier, but VR, of course. And so I'm very looking forward to when I can squeeze a few minutes in to walk around the floor and see what all the VR companies have to offer. There was a couple of motion capture suits, motion capture gloves near us. I know, Discord does have a booth. I can see it straight down the hall. So perfect. And then I was just going to comment because I don't know much about the blockchain space, but I have heard the term MetaMask several times. And I know we walked right by their booth, and so I know you've spoken of them before. So
yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
Well, so this is the thing, right? Like, I'm a big gamer. I've been a gamer. You've been a gamer, like, since we've known each other for a long time. I've played games all the way, a huge Blizzard franchise nerd, right? So since they released their first game 30 some odd years ago.
We spent the entire weekend playing the Diablo 4 beta.
Oh my goodness, yes. Now, so the thing is that each one of these games has a independent and or isolated currency, right? You go play Diablo, or you play World of Warcraft, or you go play any game, right? They have this isolated currency, and this currency can be used within the game to participate and or partake in various features, purchase items, all sorts of stuff. Now, the way I look at it is similar to how we kind of envision or have experienced in Ready Player One, the book.
Yes.
Okay, the Oasis, right? So you have this currency that not only lives inside of a game, but can be utilized outside of the game. And this is kind of like what this Web3 space enables. Companies like MetaMask enabling you to have a wallet that connects to your game, earn currency within that game, but then pull that currency off of the game and utilize it for some other functionality and or possibly monetize it. Things like this enable people to go play games and maybe even earn money, right? And to touch on this or to add to this, when you look at all of this kind of stuff, the decentralization, people talking about decentralized proof of work being somewhat of a bad carbon footprint. Well, doing this all on ARM makes it that much more enticing because you have now a more energy efficient, sustainable option to build these types of frameworks on. So yeah. Anyways, very cool. So, Gabe, ARM thoughts.
Yes. So,
this topic, you have 2 today and we have 2 tomorrow, right?
Yes. So there's one literally starting 1 minute ago.
Oh.
So Charlie Stokes is doing a very fascinating talk on the ARM Mobile Studio. It's just he's doing a quick guide on optimizing performance on mobile. So this is a free tool, and he's going over the suite of tools to help optimize your games. And something that's traditionally pretty difficult because there are so many different phones out there. You can all the way from the newest highest end Samsung to the lowest end Samsung and like every other manufacturer and chipset and everything. So it can be very difficult to build a game and know what you're targeting. So this tool set really helps you to make it run smoothly no matter what the platform.
So this is like, because that's actually a big problem, right? When you're developing apps to make sure not only that it can run on the particular compute power of the device, whether it has a GPU or a powerful enough GPU to handle it, but also you have different screen sizes. I mean, like, are these things that factor into that particular?
That's more of a game design headache, but yes, it's a very big UI headache. No, but these tools are more for performance related, which are an arguably even bigger headache when you're creating a game for mobile. And then the next talk going on from 11:30 to 12 by, and I apologize if I say his name wrong, but Sergio Alapont. He's doing a talk on how to improve performance on mobile with using adaptive variable rate shading. So VRS, it gives you finer control over fragmented pixel shading. It's kind of a new ability, and he's just gonna let you know how you can do that to better optimize graphics performance. And I look forward to talking to him later when we interview him.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll be interviewing these speakers. Unfortunately, at least from what I noticed online, is that they won't be recorded. So they're giving these talks, but there's no recording that will be available to you to watch on demand. So one of the goals we have here is to speak with these speakers, possibly get some information, or maybe even get the talk recorded on our end. We'll just put them right here in front of the box, and we'll have some fun.
We'll make sure to prod them so that you get all the important details. It's one of those things that maybe when you're up on stage and you're live and you're doing it in real time, it can be kind of tough. So
we'll get the better version.
What?
We'll get the better version.
Exactly. Yeah, they already practice, and they'll be given multiple takes if they require it. So you'll get the best information possible to improve whatever it is. Today, for instance, the mobile talk.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, a lot of these talks are paired with the demos that we're seeing around this booth, so that's pretty cool. Now, you covered both of the talks? That's just the first one.
That's both going on today.
I'll talk about the ones that are happening tomorrow. Yeah, so there's 2 talks happening tomorrow, and I got to hold up my card here, just arm face. So the first talk tomorrow is actually the one that I put at number 2. Happening at 2 p.m. From 2 to 2:30. This is also happening in the West Hall of the Moscone Center. So you have to head over there, room 20.
I apologize. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Completely different building, but it's a very short walk.
I think they're all happening over there. But I mean, if you're not at the event, you're watching this, you're probably not at the event. So anyways, the talk number 1 is by Koki Mitsunami. And they're going to be talking about how to implement multi-agent ML scenarios in mobile gaming. Koki Mitsunami is from ARM, a staff engineer. And some of the reasons to watch this, I mean, this is basically addressing the reasons for using Unity ML agents, right? So why would anyone use Unity ML agents? Now, not only that, Koki will also talk about the challenges and limitations of using Unity ML agents, how to overcome these challenges, and recommendations for developers. Now, offering novel solutions, of course, and addressing these limitations of how ML agents in multi-agent scenarios on mobile might affect your developments.
It's such cool technology. Definitely, even if you don't build games, it's the type of thing you should watch and learn more about, because it's really cool.
Yeah, and we'll be meeting with Koki. I can't wait to actually hear about that one. There's some cool stuff. Like the demo right on the other side of this wall right here is basically addressing how to make your NPCs smarter.
Yeah.
Not only making them smarter to challenge your players more, but how do you make bigger armies? I mean, like putting more characters, more of these units or agents on your screen, and still maximizing your compute, of course, and performance.
Yeah.
So these demos are literally things that you as gamers, either developers or just gamers in general, might appreciate that their people are doing this. So let's talk about the other talk. Oh, I already did Koki Matsunami. Let's talk about the other one. So the other one is mobile ray tracing. In fact, their demo's on the other side of that wall over there. Mobile ray tracing in practice. And this is a joint talk between ARM, were presented by ARM and Tencent Gaming. So we have Jose Emilio Munoz Lopez, who is a staff engineer at ARM. We have Peter Hodges, who's director developer ecosystem strategy at ARM. And then we have Shun Kao, who is an expert engineer at Tencent Gaming. So these three, I want to say, experts in their field, in this particular field, are presenting here at GDC. They'll be presenting at 3 p.m. over at the West Hall, and it will also be in 2024. Again, it's not recorded, but we're going to get these folks talking to us, and we'll be making some videos for them as well. Reasons to watch this, at least some notes that I put here. This mobile ray tracing allows you to develop more realistic and physically accurate 3D graphics. Not only that, most notable, of course, these particular applications, you'll find them in films and animations.
Now, it's one of those things that's in modern AAA games. You think like Cyberpunk, and when you turn ray tracing on, how much it adds to the atmosphere, all the reflections. Lighting makes a gigantic difference in how your game looks, and the ability to do it on mobile now is just huge.
And not, I guess not much of a surprise, but we are showcasing it here on the floor on the Immortalis G715. So we have it running over here. You can use, you can actually go check it out. And during this talk, they'll be talking about how to utilize this particular in practice, mobile ray tracing, and the best practices for developers in this area. So developers building this type of stuff on ARM, boom, this talk is for you. Cool. Gabe, now I think we want to talk a little bit about the demos, or what's next? You got something on your list?
No, I have you for demos, and then after that we go to the highlights. We both have a lot.
How long have we been streaming? 15 minutes, 20
40
minutes.
minutes. We start at 15. So I might know.
Cool. So yeah, while there are a bunch of fun talks, we also have here at the ARM booth, and again, I don't know if I said this, but we are at the ARM booth, and we are at number S550. So if you are here and you're roaming around, come find us, and we'll post it on Twitter together. But we're at the S550 booth, so come find us there. Now,
We'll also convince you to sign up for the developer program, which is one of the core reasons we're here in the first place.
how do I do it? Maybe I got it going slowly.
Fun. Wait, what if I do this? Oh, there we go.
So yeah, scan that QR code while you're at it. I think we got it. Boom. Scan that QR code. Join the community. Developer program is arm.com/developer program. Get access to not only amazing resources, but you'll also get access to ARM experts and connections, networking abilities. You'll be hanging out with Dave and me in our Discord server, and we're just there to help you. So yeah, let's talk about the demos, Gabe. All right, do you wanna talk about it here? Or is this all me?
That's all you. You were the one who did your homework, and
I'm gonna rip the whole booth here.
you brought in the demo.
Yes. Okay. So the first one, and I kind of touched on these as we were going through the talk, but the first one is about ray tracing and variable rate shading. So this is showcasing the Immortalis G715 GPU, and it's basically offering developers to bring their Android games to another level. Now, again, I don't want to spoil it for you. This is just one of the demos we have here at the booth, and we'll be building an entirely new video or another video around this particular demo later on. So make sure you check the YouTube channel, and on that note, subscribe, like this video while you're at it.
Yeah, for those not here, they'll be able to witness the demo themselves and get an interview from the person who put it together.
Yeah, and we're going to be making videos on that. Demo number two, because we have 4 stations, all right? Each wall that we're inside this like center area, each wall has a station. Demo number 2, build better battles with ML agents. This is with ARM and Unity. This is what I was talking about. Smarter NPCs, huge teams of agents. This is minions with ML. Challenge your player. So this is kind of the takeaway here. If you're a developer, you're building games, you want smarter NPCs. I can't stand it when I go into as the gamer, not the developer.
Yeah.
I can't stand it when the NPCs are too dumb.
And not only dumb, but when you program in certain behaviors, it starts to get repetitive. So it just seems like the statements it's the same loop over and over again with different scenery. So when you use ML agents, you get a little bit more novel reactions, and it feels a little bit more lifelike, and you get a little bit more absorbed into the game.
you might also just maybe see in situations where the NPC learns. Like imagine going into a world where you're playing a game of checkers with a particular NPC, or just playing checkers against the computer. It learns. It learns how you play and becomes more challenging over time. Anyways, demo number 3, ARM Mobile Studio. I went and talked to the folks over there. This is a big misconception here. Developers think that ARM Mobile Studio costs money. There is a completely free version for you developers out there. This is one of their big takeaways. They were like, you're going to go tell people about ARM Mobile Studio and our demo here? Tell them that it's free. Go tell them that it's free, that any dev can use this.
And they should be using it.
And you should be using it because these are tools that help you build games with better performance on ARM. And as we know, mobile is ARM.
It's the biggest gaming platform at the moment.
Of course.
And it's not going to be surpassed anytime soon.
I put it here. I'm going to show you a sneak peek at my card. Any ARM dev can use ARM Mobile Studio. There you go. Demo number 4. Demo number 4 is adaptive performance on ARM with Google and Unity. So this particular demo shows you how to improve your Android gaming experience with Android dynamic performance frameworks. This is another way to optimize your Android game. So those are the 4 demos. And again, as I mentioned, we will be going and talking to each one of these folks and showing these demos at a more closer level with some there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be on the same YouTube channel that these live streams are.
Cool. Gabe, so what do we have at the very end of all of this? What are we going over?
We're talking about the highlights that are going on here at GDC.
I got my card right here. All right. So highlights. That's you.
So one of the, well, it's both of us, but one of the key things, at least for me, is they have the core concept sessions. So this program goes over the 6 pillars of game development. So you have the audio, business, design, production, programming, and visual arts. So if you're an indie designer, such as like a hobbyist as myself, many of these hats you have to wear yourself. So learning more about all of these pillars and how they work together is just great. And so they have these roundtables about these core concept sessions. So it's definitely something that I think is one of the highlights of this event. Secondly, you have the sponsored content. All these companies, such as ARM, are holding their own booths and showing off their own technologies. And it's fascinating to see what all the industry leaders are doing and what they want to highlight. And just walking the floor, and I mean, it ties into my next one, which is the floor itself. Just walking the floor, see what everyone is putting on, seeing what's the cutting edge, what trends are coming next. All of this is just... It's hard to look at the camera because I can see down the hall and I can see everything that's going on. And
you guys are keeping us here. We're making this for you here. We're standing locked inside this room, inside this cube.
I know I've already used these words, but I want to reiterate, just being surrounded by extremely passionate, talented individuals, all coming together with a core interest to make games is just, it's great. This is an incredible time.
Gabe, thank you.
Yes.
Now, I was just kidding there. In fact, my highlight of this event is Innovation Coffee, obviously. Innovation Coffee. Innovation Coffee and this booth, the ARM booth. Now, not only that, once again, the developer program. I think if you get it close enough, that's what happened there.
You have to, yeah.
Innovation Coffee, the developer program, and the ARM booth. Now, let's not also forget you watching right now. That's my highlight. And the Vintage Arcade. That's what I wrote. The Vintage Arcade. I can't wait to go check that out. There's a huge arcade with all sorts of vintage games. I'm going to get on Double Dragon with this guy. We're going to try to beat it with 1 quarter. I don't know. It's probably free to play. But
who has quarters in it?
Who has quarters anymore? But yeah, so that's actually, those are the things that I'm very excited about. Now, one of the things I should say is I've just always been a sucker for just the expo floor. Like when I go to these events, and I've been doing these things for like almost a decade now. First opportunity to really come in here with an awesome setup and build some content for you guys. But I just love roaming the expo floor. I love talking to the representatives at each booth, as many booths as I can. Of course, the ones that I'm most interested, I go to first. But there is just a vibe that you get with these in-person events. We've been doing these virtual events for the last few years, thanks to COVID, but here we are in person. We are feeling the chemistry, feeling the energy, and we're going to hopefully do our best to bring it to you guys at home, everyone watching, whether you're watching it here live or on demand later. Hopefully you can kind of see through us, live your life vicariously through us, and enjoy this event as much as possible. We're going to do our best to show more of the grounds here as well, permitting, time permitting, and
Yes.
Legally permitting. So we'll see what we can show you. We don't know yet. But yeah, cool. Last but not least, developer resources.
Yes. So now it's my turn to suck up. Of course, first and foremost, if you're at the event, come to the ARM booth and see how you can make your games better on ARM. That is the key takeaway. Second takeaway, sign up for the developer program. He's flashed the card. Plenty of
Flash it one more time.
There you go. Yeah, sign up for the program.
I was telling them I just got a manicure earlier this week, like for this, so I can actually show things up to the camera. I'm not embarrassed.
Secondly, there's plenty of workshops for game developers, especially indie developers who want to take their games and their skills to the next level. And then the networking opportunities. There's several events going on that are only for networking. So if you are new into the industry or somewhat established, but you want to grow your network, there are events specifically taking place for that. Not to mention, of course, you can just walk the floor and meet people. Everyone shares your same interest. It's very easy to just meet people, make friends, make connections. It's great.
So, I mean, I'll just give you one example. I mean, we all kind of, at least, here I am, always walking around, don't mess with the microphone, my uniform, the ARM developer uniform with my, hat.
You didn't forget.
I don't forget. I always learn this. What? Some people wear different stuff and represent the games that they play and or develop. And so this is very exciting when you're walking down, this expo hall or on your way to a talk or just sitting in a talk and the person next to you is wearing a World of Warcraft shirt. Or just as we walked in this morning when we were going to get our badges, how crazy. This guy was wearing a Blizzard pin. And I was like, oh, BlizzCon. Man, me and Gabe have gone to BlizzCon 7 years in a row. And then he's like, oh, I work at Blizzard. I work in the servers area for World of Warcraft. It's like, oh my God, these people are just like wandering around, part of this event, volunteering, and it's literally, we just said resonates because here we are in the mix. It's amazing. And to be here representing ARM just means that much more because so much is happening on ARM and you just look around. And again, I hope to show you guys as much as possible. But you look around and you just see like, okay, so much of this is all on ARM. And so developers,
Yeah, not only we've touched on mobile many times because that's what a lot of the ARM talks are on and what we're showing off in the booth. But you have to remember that things like my personal interest VR, like so many of the mobile only headsets are of course ARM powered. So it goes beyond just playing games on cell phones. It's pushing the next generation of gaming.
Yeah, absolutely.
So because I know that this is an unusual time, do you want to remind everyone how the schedule is going to be for this week? Because it is not just a normal Thursday that we're going to be talking.
Absolutely. Yeah. So me and Gabe are here, today's Wednesday, March 22nd.
Yes.
All right, today's Wednesday, March 22nd. We are here all day today. We'll be roaming around the expo hall, collecting all sorts of cool information, possibly some images, pictures of stuff that's happening around the expo hall. Maybe we'll attend some talks. And we are going to be coming back to you later today at 4 p.m. Pacific. And we're going to share that stuff with you. So we're going to have a whole other lineup. We're going to be doing more live streams throughout the rest of the event. So we're going to start each day off with what we call a pregame, which is what this is, at 10 a.m., 10:15 a.m. today and tomorrow. And then we finish each day off with what we call a wrap-up. And that'll be at usually around 4 p.m. So the wrap-up pregame is talking about the stuff that happened the day before.
Yes.
It's talking about the things we're excited about coming up. And then the wrap-up is us talking about the things we experienced and what we're looking forward to the next day. And so we hope to bring more stuff to you in the wrap-up. This event literally started and we haven't even been around yet. And this is the first day of the expo, and we launched this live stream within the first 15 minutes of people walking in here. So we're bringing you the things we're excited about, but we don't really know what we're going to see yet.
Yeah.
And so the next live stream at 4 p.m., that's going to be a really exciting one, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, on top of that, of course, we have the ARM talks. We hope to get those interviews. Maybe we can bring one of them or some more people into live streams that we're going to be having later today, tomorrow, the next day. Friday is a closing ceremonies of sorts. We will be here once again with a live stream, and we will be hopefully giving you kind of the breakdown summary of the entire event. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Gabe, what do you think? Did I do okay? Summary? Did I cover all the live streams?
I think you covered everything people need to know about what we're doing here.
Excellent. Now, as a reminder, we are at the S550 booth inside the GDC Game Developers Conference 2023 Expo Hall.
We have a big ARM sign. It's not hard to find us.
Yeah, actually, we walked in here. We looked literally every direction. We were like, "Oh shoot! Like, we're not how we're going to find the ARM booth." Our colleagues left us, and then you just take a turn, and there you see the ARM booth. So yeah, it's not that hard to find. Anyways, want to thank you all for watching. Whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching it on demand later, everything we talked about, of course, we will be providing links in the description. Make sure you check that out. Also, if you aren't already subscribed to the ARM Software Developer YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. It helps us out a lot. And if you like this live stream, what do? We annihilate it, we smash it.
Something like that.
You annihilate that like button. Make sure you hit that thing real hard, tap your mouse, and if you have any questions, make sure you post those in the comments. We'll make sure we get those addressed as soon as possible. So, Gabe, I think it's time to close this up.
I think so.
Okay.
We'll be seeing you all later today.
Yes. Let me pull this up here real quick so we can get this going. But I want to thank everyone, each and every one of you, for spending your time with us here at GDC 2023. We look forward to seeing you later today, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Keep your eyes on Discord. Make sure you go check out arm.com/developer program. I'm going to flash this QR code one last time.
You gonna do this? You gonna do the magic? Oh, I was too late.
There we go. Make sure you go check out ARM Developer Program, and we look forward to seeing you next stream and throughout the trip here at GDC. Take care.
Peace.